Hello. Today I'm going to do a reading for the sign of Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Midheavens, and Stelliums. Cancer, I'm going to shuffle 3 more times, okay? Two. Three. Okay, splitting it into 3. Cancer, you rule the 4th house in the astrology chart, the house of home. You are the nurturer of the water signs. Let's get into it. Cancer, 1, 2, 3. All right. Let's see. What's the current situation right now for you? Possibly. 1, 2, 3. Okay, current situation represented by the Ace of Cups. All right, what's covering this Ace of Cups for Cancer? 2, 3. There is a veil of sadness, though, over it. So it's almost like you're trying to start maybe getting out of this, but this is something that still underlines it, right? That's what I get. 5. Number 5 is the number of change, chaos, but it's uncomfortable change. Out of nowhere change. Well, maybe not out of nowhere change. 5 is like something difficult, like difficult change maybe, but the most transformative kind of change. All right, so now let's look at what's crowning possibly for you. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you have the world crowning you. The world is crowning you right now. That goes in line with what your current situation is. Let's look at the root. 1, 2, 3. The root is the Queen of Swords. Okay. What's in the recent past? 1, 2, 3. Recent past is the 5 of Swords. Alrighty. I kind of see a little storyline here. What is possible soon to come forwards? 1, 2, 3. The Page of Swords is soon to come forwards to you. And what else? Be careful though. It could put you in your head. It could keep you from moving forward. That's what I'm getting. Let's look at your vibration. 1, 2, 3. Vibration's the Page of Wands. You want to start something new. I could see that. Definitely. You got to be careful though, because you also do have some illusions maybe going within your mind. You might be fantasizing about things if this is your vibration. I get a lot of fantasizing there, so just kind of be careful. All right, let's look at your environment, Cancer. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so your environment. Now we have the King showing up. We have the Queen of Swords in your root. Now we have the King of Swords showing up in your environment. I'm trying to figure out whether this Queen of Swords at your root represents you. Just because you are the water sign, we have all the elements in our charts. We have all the signs within us. So sometimes you could meet a Cancer who's a sun sign Cancer who has a lot of air in their chart, which means you could be identifying with the sign of Cancer, but you actually have a lot of air signs in your chart. Like maybe you aren't as emotional as the typical Cancer would be, and you do actually tap into more intellectual things than what normally the stereotype of what a Cancer is, right? So just wanted to point that out, because I do get that, and I'm trying to figure out who this Queen of Swords is. We have a King of Swords in your environment right now. Okay, let's look at your possible hopes and fears. 2, 3. Well, we got the Two of Wands here. Okay, and we do have the Nine of Wands. So, yeah, I'm getting that you're afraid of making the wrong decision. You're very guarded and you're careful, but you want to be spiritual. You want to pick the right spiritual path to go on, but it's difficult because you know that if you're not careful, right, especially if this is like representing your vibration, fantasizing, right, you have an awareness there, though, maybe that could be something that could be an issue. Let's look at your possible distant outcome. Okay, we do have the Ace of Swords along with Ace of Pentacles. Wow, okay. That's a pretty good distant outcome there. So I'm going to start from the root. The root has the Queen of Swords here. Queen of Swords is the widow. She is the sharp, cold, but diplomatic. She's very intellectual. She's been through a lot of stuff in her life, though. She's gone through many, many battles. And she's had to fend for herself, right? So I was wondering, maybe this could be you. The kind of stance that you had to take in the past, perhaps. To where you had to be like a Queen of Swords. Maybe you've gone through a lot of things in your life. You've experienced a lot of pain. A lot of things on your own even. Whether it's literally on your own or you felt like you were always on your own within yourself. Introvert type, maybe. So, kind of kept yourself, but was very much, I don't know. Yeah. You had to be very sharp. If it's not you, then this could be a person from your past, right? A person from your past that was like the Queen of Swords. Recent past represents the competition that was going on. Could either be with this Queen of Swords here, or competition if you're the Queen of Swords in life in general, just with everyone around you. You feel like you're constantly competing. It's all about survival of the fittest, getting on top, not letting others, or this could be done to you, right? Now, there's an importance about survival of the fittest. That is how people survive, obviously. Like I just said, the quote itself, right? However, there's good ways to do it. There's the right way to do it, and there's the wrong way to do it. Now, this kind of represents like not the so good way to do it, right? And I'm not sure if this has been done to you by someone else, or you've had to do that in order to survive. But nonetheless, the situation at hand did lead to this Ace of Cups in your current situation, which is shadowed by a Five of Cups. You have to start something fresh and new. You have to close that chapter of competition, just pain, right? It's not fun. It's miserable. You have to close that door, but it still has a shadow of like sadness and disappointment, really. It's disappointment. Not only do I notice that, but the fact that there's a recent past with a 5, and then the shadow over your current situation is also the number 5. Now, you do have the world crowning you. This is also representing a new start. You are meant to start a fresh cycle. You are meant to let go of this past pain, trauma, drama, misery, draining. You're meant to move on from that. It's not easy to do because we're humans, but it's a part of life. In your possible soon to come forwards, I did pull the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is looking back at this current situation. Maybe this is the person from the past trying to come back. Whether it's an air sign or not an air sign, just can be a representative of a person who is very communicative and they know how to talk, talk the talk, but they can put you in this state, maybe state of bondage, pain again, agony, misery, draining, feeling like you're a prisoner to your mind, right? A self-imposed prison, but it's, it could feel like someone else doing that to you, but really it's really the individual that allows it to happen. So that's a possible, soon to come forwards, right? In your vibration, we do have the Page of Wands. So you do have to be careful, I feel. The ones I'm reading for anyway. Page of Wands accompanied or paired up with the Seven of Cups of Neptune. I mean, that could be a little iffy, right? Like you can fall into illusions that you don't want. That could be unrealistic. So just be very careful about that. In your environment, we have the King of Swords. Now, let's just say that this person that's in your root, that's in your recent past, that is in possibly your soon to come forwards. Let's just say it's the King of Swords. What if it's somebody that you live with, that you really don't have a choice but to try and live around? You can't just escape them. You can't just leave. Well, if that's the case, yes, it's going to be a lot more difficult. However, you have the world crowning you. You have the world crowning you as support. You do have an Ace of Cups waiting for you in your current situation. You have the energy, if this King of Swords is the person in your environment and you're the Queen of Swords, then you have the energy of the Queen of Swords, the power behind it. You just have to be very careful with the vibration that you might be in, possibly. Not all. Only take what resonates. So now moving towards the possible hopes and fears. I think I already explained this a bit. We have the Two of Wands, which is about a fork in the road, but a spiritual fork in the road, right? You're trying to decide which destiny path you want to take. That's kind of how I look at this. It's like two paths of destiny, spiritual destiny paths. But you're very cautious and you're scared because, well, if I pick one, what if I pick the wrong one? That's the thing that I'm getting. It's an understandable fear. However, just keep in mind that when we make choices, it's good to make a choice, but if we do go down a path that maybe didn't turn out the way that we were anticipating, you need to always remind yourself that there are always opportunities that will pop up for you as long as you keep your spiritual eye open. Now, let's go to the possible distant outcome for you. I pulled the Ace of Swords, which is awesome. And even more awesome, the Ace of Pentacles. Both of these combined is very powerful because this offers you clear communication, a mental breakthrough that offers a gift accompanied with it. And this could talk about you get an inspiration and it brings you some money. That could be a spark of genius. It's a breakthrough. You get out of a creative block, right? And it brings forth something very valuable. And it's a new start in both suits. So that's pretty awesome. Overall, Cancer, I think that there is a lot of air elements in this chart. I just looked at the bottom of the deck. It's the Knight of Swords, another air sign. So we do have a lot of air here. But air signs are very intelligent. They're very much, they know how to dissect things. They're logical. It's good to pair that with water, right? Well, all the elements in general. But I think that if you find that equilibrium, it could be a spark of genius. It really could. And maybe you will have somebody that comes into your life that can help you on that entrepreneur journey that you might actually be seeking and kind of feeling that. That's kind of a goal you might have here. Projects that you have been working on over years, maybe, that you want to bring to fruition, but haven't been able to fully find the perfect time to bring it to fruition. I think this is a good time this year, or by the end of this year, next year. I feel like it would be a great time for you to really spark those projects through. As long as you put forth the effort and the belief in yourself, you do have the world crowning you. So those are some great energies. The world is framed by all 4 of the fixed signs. And fixed signs are known to be very good at getting what they want. Like literally. So the cardinal signs are good at starting it, right? The spark to start it. But they won't necessarily go all the way to the end to finish it. The mutable are easy to adapt, to go through the changes, because things aren't always perfect. There's going to be bumps in the road, and they can easily adapt with those. The fixed signs are the ones that are good at looking at the details, the little details, and they're good about sticking all the way through till the end because they want to accomplish their goals. So fixed signs crowning you here, that helps to accomplish your goal. And that's what I have for you, Cancer. I hope you guys liked it. And just keep in mind, I'm not a fortune teller. I do not do these things to put anyone into psychosis. Things can change at any moment's notice. We have free will. That is the beauty of free will, that things are not fated. Things can change. It's just mainly to bring some insight. That is what I seek to do, is to offer some insight that maybe has not been sparked within the perception before, within your own self. So I hope that you take away some good things from this, and I wish you the best. Peace out.